Hi everybody, I'm Isabella Dias and I'm here to review the recruitment of the land crab Johngarthia lagostoma in Trindade Island, Brazil. But first, let me introduce to you Johngarthia lagostoma. Well, John, also known as the yellow crab, is a land crab who inhabits four oceanic islands, three belonging to Brazil, Fernando de Noronha, Atoll das Rocas, and of course, Trindade. Unfortunately, John is categorized as an endangered species in Brazilian territory and is poorly studied. To understand a little bit more about the recruitment, my objectives were evaluate the recruitment of the yellow crab and evaluate the distribution of the individuals in size classes at Andradas Beach, Trindade Island, Brazil. For this, our study area was the Andradas Beach on Trindade Island, where 30 galleries per day was examined, in total 128, by all lunar phases in January 2020. The galleries were carefully examined to register recruits who was counted to calculate their density in individuals per gallery. And in laboratory were measured carapace, width and length, chelar propodus, length, abdomen, width, and wet weight. And for the animal processing analysis were divided in three parts. First, density, where the lunar phases were considered the independent variables, while the values of density individuals by gallery and body biometry CW were used as dependent variables using another. The population structure where recruits were distributed in size classes 1 millimeter CW and the asymmetric coefficient SK was calculated, which could be symmetric or asymmetric, positive or negative. And the biometric relations. The carapace width was considered the independent variable, while the other measurements were considered the dependent variables. The function chosen for this analysis was the Pyre function, and the only difference was that to check for isometric or allometric growth, b could be 1 or different than 1, but using b equals 3 or different than 3 for the relation to wet weight. In the end, all results were very positive and brought a whole new view of the recruitment of Johngarthia lagostoma. Dividing again for the density, for the 79 recruits obtained, 49% was in the adult galleries, with CW ranging from 2.2 to 7.5 millimeters CW. And here I bring your attention to the density and size, who showed an inverse pattern, with a higher density of small recruits, 2.2 to 7.5 millimeters CW, in the full moon, compared to a lower density of bigger crabs, 5.4 to 7.5 millimeters CW, in the crescent moon. In the population structure, the recruit size frequency was symmetric, SK negative 0.17, with a little specimens not more than 7 millimeters CW. And finally, the biometric relations CL, PL, and AW by CW in each they represent a negative allometric growth, B less than 1, while the WT by CW ratio showed a positive allometric, B equals 3.12. We can see that the best moment for the recruitment was in the full moon phase, then starting to grow. The size increase of the recruits inside the galleries can promote expulsion behavior or a predation by the adult cohabitating crab. All the biometric relationships showed a negative allometric growth, while the weight relation showed a positive growth. That means that the main energy allocation goes to the somatic growth, indicating that they still did not become mature, they still are little recruits. And with this, I conclude showing how these results are pioneers and extremely important for the conservation of this endangered species. Thank you all for being here with me. I appreciate your patience. This was my first presentation in English and I feel honored to be talking about this amazing species who needs our help. This is my email if anyone wants to ask questions. And thanks again for this opportunity. See you all next time.